Emmy Awards red carpet affair. Yeah, yep, that happened. Even after a federal judge, rejected a warrant of arrest for Don Lemon. They're accusing him of having violated some KKK uh, law that you cannot enter a church or a sanctuary and disturb the space. So they used that and they went against, a federal judge and did what they wanted to do. We are in a lawless country at this time. This is not business as usual. There is no order. This is a lawless regime. And I think there are people who are not getting that. I clearly have been getting that. A lot of people are getting that. Matter of fact, black people, yeah, we're tapped into the ancestors. We get that. This is lawless. It's racist. It's hateful. It's white supremacist. It's Naziist, right? TikTok has been taken over and people can't talk anymore. Everything is anti-Semitic. If you're not worshiping certain people, you're evil. You need to go to jail. Everything's going to become a law. 1984. 1984. This is North Korea now. I've been studying North Korea for a long time. Dictatorship and absolute power. That's what's going on here. We're moving into a police slash military state. For those who are intelligent enough to understand what they're looking at, we see clearly. So Don Lemon has been unlawfully arrested. He's in federal custody at this time. What I want to say about this is that we said we have to be on code. We the only people, black people, FBA, Foundational Black Americans, we are the only ones who really understand that it ain't been what they said it was any damn way. We knew this. We saw the writing on the wall. We said be on code. The back signal went out. The back signal went out. The back signal said stay off the streets, stay out of immigrant problems. It's not about preferring the target being on them. It's about not putting the target on your damn self. If you are lawfully a citizen, birthright in the United States, you know you're a citizen. Do not get your ass involved if you are black. What is hard about that? Don't go out on the streets. Don't write no motherfucking articles. We've already seen people write articles and get deported, put on the first plane trucking. We saw that in New York. Anybody's paying attention. If you write an article, several people have, you will be arrested. This is not business as usual. This is a chaotic, unlawful, unconstitutional country at this time. Never in the history of the world have we seen anybody pick up a president, steal him from his country, and transport his ass, kidnap him to another country. We've never seen this. The writing is on the wall. Are we paying attention? So Don Lemon decided that he was bigger and badder. Maybe because he's with a white man with his gay ass, he thought he was protected. Maybe because he's famous and he's a journalist, he thought he could cover himself. He can't. Out of all the journalists, all them, think about them CNN journalists, them white women and white men talking shit. There's a whole bunch of people talking shit about Trump, about this regime. Ain't none of them been arrested. Notice that. They're on the scene, in the mix. None of them been arrested. Don Lemon take his black ass out there, being off code, not really understanding the fundamental principles of white supremacy. So you gonna take your ass in favor of worrying about some immigrants. Now you in federal custody with your black ass, your black gay ass. You in federal custody now. And where the immigrants at? Where they at, Don? You off code ass gay nigga. Where is the immigrants? Are they in federal custody? No, they're not. Don, you in custody. You in custody. You in federal custody facing charges. You in trouble, Don. It's your picture that they gonna circulate. It's you that gonna humiliate. They picked this man up to humiliate him from the damn Grammys, y'all. From the fucking Grammys, red carpet. They picked a strategic time to go against the law, against a federal judge that denied them the right to charge him and a warrant to arrest him. They did it anyway. This is a reckless, unlawful, unconstitutional third world regime that's looking a whole lot like North fucking Korea. 1984, 19 business not as usual. What is it going to take? I hope Black America looks at Don Lemon. He's going to be the poster child for what happens to you when you get off of code. Black people are on code. Stay your ass out of immigrant business. The immigrants are not coming to Don Lemon's rescue. They're not coming to contribute to his bag. Okay? They're not coming to get him a lawyer or help him get out of jail. He out here fighting for immigrants, trying to expose this and expose that. No immigrants are showing up. None. What's up, Candy Cane? No immigrants are showing up. Yeah, he in the joint. That nigga got arrested on the red carpet at the Grammys, being off code. Them immigrants are eating their goddamn tortillas and jollof rice and kimchi or whatever the fuck they want to eat. And he's sitting his ass up in the jail embarrassed. This is an unlawful, unconstitutional government. It is not business as usual. This is a police state. And black people knew what it was, but now the covers have been removed. Everything's raw and open for all to see. But Don Lemon thought he had privilege. See, because a gay black man used to have a lot of privilege before. Untouchable. Them days are over. Them days are over. He said, fine ash candy. What is that? Good morning. I got to watch this footage. Yeah, and so the second thing that's going to happen is they're going to take his, what do you call it, his mug shots, I'm sure. They're going to probably show footage of him being arrested and run that for the humiliation. They're probably going to show him being booked. Who knows? Maybe the interrogation. They're going to display this because it was a public stunt. They could have arrested him at his home if they didn't think it was going to be a public stunt. This is a public lynching. This is what happens to FBA when you get out of your business as a citizen and get into immigration business. When you are black, they're going to get your ass. Let this be a lesson to FBA. That's my point. That is my point. Mind your goddamn business. We are now in a technology AI state as well. And so we need to really be careful about promoting stuff and supporting stuff and talking shit. Not because we don't have the right, but there are consequences because we are not in business as usual. This is no longer the America we grew up in. It's not. And it's not going to be for a long time. It's not. And a lot of us are in denial. But black people, we sent the back code out. Mind your FBA business. And so Don Lemon is going to be tarred and feathered and drugged through the streets of public opinion, right? He's going to be demonized. This is what they want. They want to drag black men. And Don Lemon took his black gay ass out there thinking that he was a privileged individual due to his associations, fame, money, and his status. And those are the ones they like the most. Those are the ones they love to drag. Those who beat the odds, right? They're going to drag Don Lemon. This is a public stunt, a black man public lynching. And he brought it on himself. And they're not done. That black woman that went to that church, she's next. Notice no white folks. We don't really have white people. They're not doing it to white journalists. But they got to do it to anybody black who takes their ass out there. All right, y'all. Ashe. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a question. Do you think maybe he wants to be a martyr for his name to be in the storyline? You know what? It's possible because I think that anytime you go independent, there's a point in time where you're either going to sink or swim. And Don Lemon, honestly, since he left CNN, he's kind of been in a middle place. He never blew up, but he didn't do bad either. Candace Owens blew up. You know, and so it could be he wants to be a activist journalist. There's that. He could want to do that, and that solidifies him. He's carving out a new place for himself. I'm on the scene. I'm in the mix. And I'm here as an activist, and he can be more, direct about his agenda or his opinion because he no longer works for CNN where he had to be neutral, as a part of the job. Yeah, he goofy as hell. He thought I'm black, I'm gay, I'm rich, I'm famous, I'm a journalist, I can do what I want. Okay, nigga, you black. And right now, this ain't the time. FBA, stay away. It's just like that. That's where we at right now. And not that we're scared, but like with Palantir and all this data collecting and shit, I just took the TikTok off. TikTok also has been bought by the Mossad. We'll just call it Mossad, okay? And Benjamin Netanyahu already said they are about to take all social media over, all of it. They're gonna buy it up so that we can no longer communicate as a globe. Americans will no longer be able. We will be censored. There are words you can't type in, words that won't show up, words that won't be communicated. You will be kicked out of the algorithm and banned altogether, all the way to your IP. You will lose the ability and be banned across. Like if you get labeled officially as a so-called anti-American, anti-Semite, anti-whatever, right? Or a communist, whatever, they are going to ban you across all social media, down to your IP, you know? And when your IP address connects you to the world and the world don't want to connect with you and they block your ass, you're not going to get on no social media. You got to get new devices. And that's before the universal virtual digital ID comes along. Once that comes along, you're fucked. You're fucked. I've been studying this stuff. And I should just throw this out there. China just came up with and put on the street their first police robots. They just put those on the street. So robotics is coming next, y'all. It's gonna be something. People gonna have to learn how to navigate a world where information moves faster than the speed of light, and the way that information moves is gonna determine your access to society or your rejection from society. This ain't my world. I'm just telling y'all what it is. All right, those you said I've watched him and others rise. He has put in work. Yeah, he put in work. China was cool with the agreement because they are going to give them Taiwan. Oh, they making all kind of dirty deals and what's it called? Imperialism. China's about to be the biggest imperialist. They've already began, but they're going to use these robots to control a lot of things. They said they have 150 companies in China that are dedicated to mass producing $108 billion industry of robotics to replace humans as well as to monitor and discipline humans. So this is about to be an interesting world. You said they did that here too. I forgot which state. What? Oh, the robot dogs. I think the robot dogs are in New York. And they got one I was looking at. I like to keep track of this weapons and technology and stuff. They got this one thing that rolls like a ball. That motherfucker is. You look at it, you think, that's stupid shit. Hmm. That rolling ass ball can move fast as fuck. It can chase a human down, and then, it throws out a what do you call a web or a net over the target, and it's very accurate. Catch your ass, and it'll hold you. You ain't going nowhere. I mean, when once they start making robots that shoot, boy. I mean, imagine if you have these robots coming door to door. I'm just saying, in the future, and they're on a mission like RoboCop, and they're not taking no for an answer. They're not, they're programmed to kick ass or arrest or do whatever, and they're not gonna be like you can't reason with them. You can't talk to them. They got one outcome they're going for, and that's it. That could be very dangerous. We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten there yet. You said I need something to freak the robots out. You said I need something to freak the robots out. Yeah, like an episode of Black Mirror. Yes, Black Mirror is crazy. China is not as strong as you think. I don't know now. Hey, what's up, DLD? That ball was a drone toy years ago. I bought it for my son. Right. A lot of that shit starts out as support and simple shit. I'll give an example. There's this brother named Silas. He's from Nigeria. I reached out to him because he has an ability to develop robotics, and I'm very interested. And my daughter, I think I've shared that before. She has leg braces. Leg braces because her muscles are weak and she got some spinal stuff going on. It's kind of like what's that word? What is that? Spina bifida, kind of. She just had a back surgery, um, but there's some wiring in the spine that doesn't quite always connect. So she has on what do you call it? She has on. They're not robotic. They're mechanical. She has on mechanical leg braces, so she can walk with support, right? But I was like, you know what? Robotics is here, and so I started researching robotics, and they have it. It's called a rewalk, and it's a whole like exoskeleton. And I started researching it. And the exoskeleton was developed by the Department of Defense. So a lot of stuff that we see out here is developed by the Department of Defense. And it looks like, and it turns into toys. So there's this brother named Silas. He's a Nigerian, and he was hired by Apple. He was got a big contract with Apple. And he is a specialist in robotics. He does what nobody else can do. So I reached out to him and I told him, I said, hey, I want some pediatric robotic legs for my daughter to help support her. It has a way it does hydraulics, so it only uses that person can use a certain amount of their strength, and then the robotics take up the rest because she's in a robotics program as well. But I was thinking about something specialized. Well, Silas developed toys. That's how he got famous. That's how they learned that he was a robotic specialist. He can make a snake move exactly like a real fucking snake. He can get the code down to the point where you can't tell the difference between a real snake and his robotic snakes. So he started making robotics. He started making them as toys, and they recognized the talent because that's very difficult. Most robots are very jerky and shit. But Silas has the ability. So for the past, what, I guess 4 years, me and him have been communicating back and forth. He lives in the UK. But I think he sent me a message like 2, 3 months ago. I told him, I said, your mission in life is to help people who need support walking smoothly because the stuff they got is good, but it ain't as good as Silas. And so I've been encouraging Silas to develop robotics for children so that they can smoothly walk with support if they have, neuromuscular issues and structural issues like spina bifida. So that's been my ongoing. I told him that's your mission in life, Silas. That's what you got to do. God didn't give you this talent for nothing. You can make anything move like the real thing. You can program it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Toys and the Department of Defense go hand in hand. Both of those industries develop the best at technology. Both of those. Just like your what do you call it? What is it? What is that called when you have goggles on? Virtual reality. You see? Video games. Same shit. That's what they use for shooting and drones and shit. Drones are nothing but planes, toy planes. They made them bigger. Toys in the Department of Defense is the same fucking shit. They use the same people, same concepts. Anyhow, I got to get some stuff delivered to my client, so I'm going to go. The specifics of creating actual human movement in robots is going to take a lot of hydraulics. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck kind of programming, or it may be some kind of micro level programming that goes deeper than that. I don't know, but Silas is very talented. When you see his work, you can tell his shit is not. He's 100 years ahead of everybody. That's all I can say. Whatever he's doing, he's 100 years, and that's why they wanted to get the knowledge from him. So Apple gave him like a huge contract, and I don't think they cared about them fucking toys. They cared about getting the knowledge. You know how folks do. White folks always want to find black genius and co-opt it and trademark it and industry silence it and all that shit. But Silas, if y'all look him up, type in Apple and Silas, and I think maybe Toy or something like that, and you'll see him come up. But he's brilliant, brilliant Nigerian guy. All right, y'all. You talking about a movie right now? Watch the movie Toys. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I got to get this stuff done. I got a client. I got to get some stuff delivered, and I got a full day. I just wanted to share that. Don Lemon, you fucked up. Ashe.